Okay, in the previous section we finished creating the legal menus, and that leaves quite a lot of items up here in this top menu. So let's have a look and see how we can customize that menu and make it look a little bit tidier. Now if we go over to the dashboard, we want to go to Appearance, Menus. This is the screen where we can define custom menus. And I'm going to call this one Top Navigation because it's the one I want to put at the top. So use a descriptive name so you know what the menu is or why you've created it. And as soon as you've created a menu, there's nothing in there yet, you've now got another tab, Manage Locations, which if you click on it, it'll tell you how many menu locations are assigned for your particular theme. 2014 has 2 menu locations, one at the top, which is up here, and one in the secondary menu in the left sidebar. So there's a menu down here. Let's go back and we'll just create a quick menu and we can have a look at both of those locations. Now, over on this side of the screen, we can see menu settings. And if you click this button, Auto Add Pages, it will automatically add any new pages you create to this menu. I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you manually manage your menus, so leave that unchecked. This is the theme location. This is where do you want this menu to be. I want it top primary menu. Now, I can choose it there if I want to, or I could go over to Manage Locations, and then under top primary menu I can select my top navigation. It doesn't matter which way you do that. Let's just select it here. Now over on the left we've got items we can add to the menu, and at the moment we've got pages, links, and this essentially allows you to add any URL to your menu. Even if it's on a different website, you can just put the URL and the label for your menu item and then click Add to Menu and it will add it to your menu. And we've got categories as well. There are a few things missing, and we can find those if we go to Screen Options. We can also insert tags, and that's tag pages, into the menu. We can insert format, which is the media items, which we don't want, and we can also insert posts into the menu. So I'm going to just select those ones, and then down here link target and link relationship and description I'm going to check as well. We don't need CSS class because we're not going to be changing anything there. Okay, so let's go to the pages first, and let's say we want copyright, terms, disclaimer, privacy, about, and contact. Check those, click on the Add to Menu button, and they're all added to this particular menu now. Now, what happens if I save that and go back to the site and refresh? You can see that WordPress now is using my custom menu instead of the one that it built itself. However, it doesn't really solve the problem because we've still got far too many items up there. So let's just go back here, and first thing to notice is you can drag these around. Okay, you can drag them and reorder them. Second thing to notice is that you can actually indent them just by dragging them to the right a little bit, and you can further indent them if you want to. So I've got copyright and terms indented under disclaimer, and then privacy indented under terms. Let's just see what happens if I save that and we go back to the site and refresh. Okay, now we've only got 3 items. We've got disclaimer, and remember we had copyright and terms indented under disclaimer and then privacy indented under terms. So you can indent them, and that basically means you get drop-down menus, which is far better. That doesn't work. We don't want privacy as a sub-menu of terms. So let's just drag that back. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes just to place it. It doesn't want to snap across at all. There we go. And let's just save that. And we'll go back to the website and refresh. Now we only have 3 items. It's far more manageable. If somebody wants disclaimer, they can click on that and they're taken to the disclaimer. Copyright, taken to that. Terms, taken to that. And privacy, taken to that. I'm just going to reorder them slightly. I think the copyright is less important. I'll put that down the bottom. People more interested in privacy. And there we go. There's my menu. Just refresh. And we've got disclaimer, privacy, terms, and copyright. Okay, so that's how you create a basic menu. Now let's just create another menu which we can play with, because we've got another menu location, and this one is in the sidebar. So I'm going to create one called sidebar menu. Now it's important to realize that it depends on the themes where the menus can be placed using this feature. This particular theme, as I said, one at the top, one in the sidebar, but other themes have different places. Some themes will only have one location that you can use for your menus. So install the theme and go here and check to see which locations that particular theme allows you to insert menus. There are ways around it. If you've only got one menu and it's at the top and you want to insert a menu in the sidebar, it's not a problem. We can do that using a widget, and I'll show you that a little bit later in this section. But for now, let's just work with our sidebar menu. We want this in the secondary menu in the left sidebar. And because we've got all these options checked now, what we can do is we can go down and have a look and say, right, we can add a post. So let's add those two posts to the menu. We can add a link. So let me put a link to one of my other websites. I'm going to add that to the menu. And you could add categories if you want. This would be a link to the category page. So let's add that. And you can also add a link to a tag page. Okay, so let's save that menu, and we've got it set up so that it goes into the secondary menu in the sidebar, left sidebar. So let's go and refresh. And here we go. Here's where the menu's been added. Reap the rewards, hello world, juicing the rainbow, uncategorized, and health. That uncategorized will go to the category page, which lists all posts in that category. This will go to the health tag page, which lists all posts that have been tagged with health. This will actually go to a different website. This will go to the hello world post. And this will go to the reaping the rewards post. Now, we haven't quite finished going through this and the features here yet. It's important, make sure you have got link relationship and link target checked. And let's say that this title here, if you look on the site, it's a very long and wieldy title for a menu. So let's click on this down bit here. And you can see you can actually change the navigation label. So let's just call it exercise rewards. Okay, and we're going to save that. And we're going to go back and refresh. And you'll see now it still goes to the same page, but I've managed to change the label of the menu. Let's have a look at what else we can do here. This one, juicing the rainbow, let's suppose, whoops, I've just indented it and I don't want it indented, so let me just put it back the way it was. Let's suppose we want to make it no follow. Now, if you don't know what no follow is, don't worry too much. It's basically a way of telling Google that you don't necessarily vote for that particular site you're linking to, you're just linking to it for another reason. In the link relationship box, you can put no follow. Before we leave that, what you can also do is you can open the link in a new window. So let's just save that, and we'll go back to the site and refresh. And the first thing to notice, if we click on that link, it opens in a new window, which is great. But let's have a look and make sure that it is actually no follow. Now I've got a plugin installed called SEO Quake, and it will highlight no follow links. So if I just enable the plugin, and then we're going to refresh the page, and it highlights no follow links by putting a line through. There you can see, juicing the rainbow now, there's a line through it, so that's a no follow link. So that's how you create custom menus, and you can put whatever links you want in there. You can change the link text so that you can change this label that's given to the page that it links to if you want to make your menus more streamlined. You can nest them one under another to create drop-down menus, and these drop-down menus will even work over in the sidebar, which I can show you if we just change the menu in the sidebar. So I'm going to put the top menu navigation in the sidebar. That's the one that has the drop-down menu. Let's refresh. And you can see now we've got contact, about, and then disclaimer has this drop-down menu that comes out at the side. So you can put them in there as well. So that's how you create custom menus, and we'll have a look at ways in which you can use custom menus in the next couple of tutorials.